Hello, and welcome to Studio 415.
On today's show, you'll hear about how you will be encouraged to sit with new people at tomorrow's lunch.
You'll hear the administration explain why students shouldn't wear earbuds in the halls.
And you will hear how a couple of football players are rewriting the record books.
All of that and more coming up next.
Welcome to Studio 415. I'm Peyton Manel.
And I'm Will Wiggy. And tomorrow, on November 2nd, Carroll High School 1012 cafeteria will look different, and so will the people at your lunch table.
As a part of the national movement, students will be encouraged to sit with someone new and meet someone new.
When students enter the cafeteria, they will be given an item with the color and number on it. After getting your food, you should sit at that table that matches your color and number. A table leader will help the group start their conversation.
The Mix It Up event is a collaboration between the Academy of Finance, internship students, activists, and Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Students are being encouraged to break down barriers and get out of their comfort zone.
Mix It Up organizers believe that this event will be difficult for some students to embrace, but the end goal is definitely worth it.
The whole idea behind this is to allow kids to mix it up and not have assigned seats, but sit in a different seat and give everybody the opportunity to meet new individuals.
Our hope is that we'll realize that maybe getting outside of our comfort zones for one day could open up the doors of something entirely new. You could make a new friend, but you could also make a difference for somebody who's always had a hard time finding a place to belong.
Again, the lunchroom Mix It Up will take place tomorrow, November 2nd in the 1012 lunchroom during all lunches.
Everyone loves listening to music, but it becomes an issue when students have to compromise their hearing while in the halls.
This year, Carroll has created a new rule to fix this issue. Studio 415 reporter Emily Voigt joins us in the studio to tell us more.
I had the chance to speak to students and administrators about their feelings on the new rule, as well as the logistics behind it. Most students have heard about the new rule about headphones at Carroll. This new rule prohibits students from wearing their earbuds or headphones before school or during passing period. However, students can wear them after they leave school doors when the day is over. Additionally, students can still listen to music during class if their teachers give them permission to. The rule was created because school officials believe that wearing headphones in the hallway can become a safety hazard.
What we found is, as students were walking in last year with headphones in, we were either trying to get in touch with them, trying to talk with them, and students were not able to hear staff members talking to them because of the headphones in. So we felt like it was a safety concern more than anything else.
While students have always come to school wearing headphones, it began more prominent last year. Beath believes that the new computers are contributing to the increased use of earbuds. There is also the concern of students using their phone in the hall to listen to music. Beath believes that banning headphone use in the hallway will eliminate these problems. Administrators have been cracking down students for wearing headphones in the hallway. While the punishment isn't severe, Beath says that the level of punishment will increase if students repeatedly break it.
Teachers or staff members will ask them to remove it. If it becomes an issue in regards to students continually using them, then at that point students are written up and sent down, and then one of us will see them.
Many students have mixed feelings about this new rule. While some students agree with the new rule, the majority of students disagree with it, though they see why the rule was created. Students will like to listen to music whenever they please. Students also don't see the need to remove them before school.
Some kids, a lot of time that they spend is listening to music, and it just kind of helps wind some people down and to get ready for class. I mean, I understand if it's like in class, but before class, I think we should be able to have it.
I think it's like more of like a safety hazard of walking through the hallways with your music on, because people get distracted and they can end up walking into people, and the hallways are already crowded enough.
I disagree.
All right, and why do you disagree?
I think it's kind of stupid.
I
don't know, I feel like if there's something going on around me, I'm going to notice. I'm not blind.
In the morning, I feel like students should be able to come in, listen to music, do whatever they want. If they don't feel like talking to people, they shouldn't be forced to. During school, of course, I feel like that should change.
Make sure to remove your headphones when you walk into the building to avoid distractions in the hallway. For Studio 415, I'm Emily Voigt.
The boys and girls cross-country teams competed at the state championship this past Saturday in Terre Haute.
The girls team earned state runner-up and were only 11 points behind state champions Zionsville. Megan Hathaway finished 24th and Maggie Falater finished 38th.
The boys team earned a 7th place finish at the state competition. Connor Getz was 13th place and Draven Thompson was 50th. Also, senior Connor Getz was announced as the winner of the very prestigious Mental Attitude Award.
The Carroll Charger Pride Marching Band performed at ISMA semi-state competition this past Saturday and earned the opportunity to perform at the state competition this coming weekend.
The marching band has been rated as one of the state's top 10 in Open Class A.
The Charger Pride will compete for a state championship on Saturday, November 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. They are scheduled to perform at 8:34 p.m.
The Carroll Chargers football team has had a successful season so far with a record of 7-3 and are going for a sectional title against Snyder this Friday night at Spohler Stadium.
Friday Night Lights have always sparked the attention of many high school football fans, and the excitement has been heightened by the record-breaking performances of Jack Miguel and Justin Becker. In my report, you'll see how many school records are being rewritten. With some of the toughest competition in the state residing in the Summit Athletic Conference, the Carroll football team has put on a show for many fans with the help of team leaders and outstanding performances from Justin Becker and Jack Miguel. Justin Becker has broken more than one record throughout his career at CHS. Becker holds the records for most yards and receptions for his career, single season, and individual game. These records solidify him as one of the top receivers to walk the halls of CHS, while still remaining humble.
Well, you know, when playing a sport, it's not all about breaking the records. It's about playing with the team. And, you know, I couldn't have broken the records without my teammates, and my teammates have just pushed me to the best of my limits, and I give all my records to the team.
Justin has captured these records with the help of senior quarterback Jack Miguel. In Miguel's first year as the sole starting quarterback after sharing time last year, he has proven himself this year with record-breaking performances against Northrop and Southside.
Our mindset was just to go in there and compete. My job was to distribute the ball to our wide receivers, the playmakers, and they did their part, helped me out.
Miguel has broken the records for most yards, completions, and passing touchdowns in a game, and head coach Doug Dinan is impressed.
But that's a big deal. You know, 7 touchdowns in a game is a big deal, and so I gave the go-ahead, and I think the very next play he threw a touchdown pass and you know, broke that record, and that's an exciting thing, you know, because you don't come across those opportunities very often.
Miguel and Becker have become big names in Carroll sports, as well as team leaders on the field. With their unswerving dedication, they will leave a positive legacy at CHS.
The legacy is that they are hardworking guys, that they're good teammates, you know, that they didn't miss practices, they were committed, you know, and those can be said, those characteristics can be said for many guys of that senior class.
Right here is where the Carroll Chargers football team stores their records. By the end of the season, these records will be changed. For Studio 415, I'm Peyton Manel.
It's the day after Halloween, and there have been some interesting looks this year.
A couple of the students at CHS have created some gory and beautiful works of art with special effects makeup. Studio 415 reporter Aubrey Pohorecki has more on the story.
Using their skill and knowledge of makeup, Carroll students have been creating unique looks outside of the school with latex and paintbrushes. I got to have an up-close experience with the amazing art of special effects makeup. Because this story deals with fake blood and gore, we want to warn you that many of the following images may be disturbing to some viewers. For several years, students outside of Carroll have been expressing their creativeness through creating scary and beautiful looks, all with their own kind of style. Instead of wearing masks, these artists create their own unique looks using paintbrushes, latex, makeup, glue, fake blood, as well as various ornaments and the human body as their canvas. Starting out small and learning from their mistakes, the students' abilities gradually grow and become better over time.
I'm only at 5 years, and in 5 years I'll still be learning things, so it takes a long time. But if you just keep doing it over and over and just learn as much as you can, then you can get pretty good, enough to work on movies and stuff.
Putting the time and effort to reach the current levels that they're at takes a lot of patience that not many have nowadays. The time needed to complete a project can range from different amounts of time, and the patience needed varies along with it.
The shortest one I've done was like an hour and a half, but it's usually pretty basic, and the longest one I've done was 11 hours.
Taking certain classes can help with the development of one's skill in special effects. The classes needed vary depending on the type of makeup you do. The effects artists Olivia Haggard and Erica O'Connor have been designing looks with makeup for several years. both admitted to have taken some type of class to help them in the development of their skills.
So I've only taken one class in the 5 years that I've been doing special effects. It was with a summer program at IPFW. One of the teachers, Mr. Eder, in the art program, he ran a zombie makeup class where he taught like basic fundamentals and stuff.
The process of doing special effects is tiring, difficult, and time-consuming, but students are encouraged to keep trying and to not give up on it just yet.
It may look easy, special effects, but it's really hard and it takes a long time, and you have to have a pretty good knowledge of like highlighting and shadows and anatomy and basic art and medical stuff sort of to make it look realistic. So it may look easy, but it's really hard, but don't let that stop you from getting into it because it's really fun.
To see more of Olivia Haggard's art, go to jax.alex.art on Instagram. And for more of Erica O'Connor's art, go to erica_blue_art on Instagram. If you wish to have some of your own special effects done for any event, then visit Olivia Haggard and request for an appointment with her. For Studio 415, I'm Aubrey Porecki.
It's Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. The famous book turned Disney movie is set to come to Carroll November 16th through the 19th.
Carroll's drama department is bringing the magic of Mary Poppins to the large auditorium. In my story, you will get to go backstage to show us how the magic is made. Mary Poppins has been a beloved character for over 80 years. Originally a book published by P.L. Travers that got turned into a Disney classic. Now, Carroll High School students in the music and drama department are bringing this classic character to the stage with their own spin. Director Joe Duran decided to create a more professional feel in the audition process this year.
This year we chose to do it a little bit differently, and we brought in a little bit more of how you would do a professional musical audition. And so we started with only singing audition first.
There are two different aspects to the casting process: casting a role and being casted in a role. New to Carroll High School, junior Erin Butler has been welcomed to her first year at Carroll with the role of the magical English nanny, Mary Poppins.
I didn't believe it when I read it. I had to read it 5 times over to make sure I wasn't reading it wrong. So it was pretty amazing, and it kind of encouraged me and made me kind of feel like this is the school that I was kind of meant to go to.
Some students didn't expect the roles they got. Of course, just like everyone who auditions, they wanted a larger role, if not the lead. However, they would have settled for ensemble. Students were surprised with the opportunity of a larger role, like the dim-witted butler, Robertson A.
Kind of surprised because I got a lot smaller of a role last year, mainly because I was a freshman, but I was really excited, and I'm excited to play this role.
The main cast will consist of Erin Butler as Mary Poppins, Jason Wint as Bert, Harrison Hopkins as Michael Banks, and Maddie Hickey as Jane Banks. The cast and crew members volunteered to sacrifice their time after school to rehearse. An average rehearsal lasts between 2.5 hours to 3 hours. A rehearsal can usually consist of either vocal practice and learning the music, or being taught the choreography by Eric Smead.
So sometimes when I listen to the music, I might get some ideas from previous things that I've been involved in or other kinds of choreography that I've seen. And then sometimes I will reference different videos online of other productions.
Carroll staff and students will enjoy being whisked away into the magical world of Mary Poppins on November 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th in the large auditorium. For Studio 415, I'm Will Wiggy.
That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching.
If you have any story ideas that you would like to see covered, mention them to any of the students in the credits or Mr. Johnston.
For all of us here at Studio 415, have a great week, Carroll.